reaction video today. The name of the video is Rappers Who Fell Off. Yeah, we're gonna get into it and see who fell off, I guess. I know Lil Pump better be on there. I see Roddy Ricch, he the main picture, so Lil Pump better be on there. I don't know. See, we're gonna have to see. Y'all like the video.
Making it to the top of the rap game is one thing, but staying there is totally different. Today, we're breaking down the biggest rappers who fumbled the bag and fell off. DaBaby literally fell off last year when he stumbled into the crowd during the set, but now his career is taking a nosedive too. He blew up in 2019 and dropped back-to-back #1 albums, but now he's struggling to even book a show. It all started last year when DaBaby performed at Rolling Loud in Miami. In the middle of the show, he went on a homophobic rant and said,
I'm not gonna cap. I stopped liking DaBaby music before that. I don't think nobody was after packing the mail and gone. And I gotta smell cologne. And then the deal I'm on. Yeah. Man, ain't nobody finna keep listening to that same song, bro. Ain't nobody finna keep listening to that same song, bro. Nope.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks, put a cell phone like that up.
DaBaby got dragged for it online. So he clapped back and said, what me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you on the internet, or you bitter bitches on the internet. All the controversy led to Lollapalooza and the Governor's Ball pulling them from their schedule. Then he got cut from Parklife Festival, Day in Vegas, Austin City Limits Festival, Music Midtown, and the iHeartRadio Music Festival too. He ended up apologizing on IG.
Crazy, just a few words can take all your money off the table just like that. Just them few little words took man, probably millions of dollars off this main plate. Crazy.
But then deleted the post and got even more backlash. DaBaby had hopped on Dua Lipa's Levitating remix, and after Rolling Loud, she said, I'm surprised and horrified at DaBaby's comments. I really don't recognize this as the person I work with. I know my fans know where my heart lies and that I stand 100% with the LGBTQ community. Radio stations ended up playing an alternate version of the track without DaBaby on it. Everything calmed down after a while and DaBaby went back to doing shows, but it looks like his career took a massive hit. Back in August, his show at the Smoothie King Center Arena in New Orleans was canceled after he allegedly sold less than 500 tickets. His team obviously expected to sell more. The arena holds 14,000 people, and selling less than 500 isn't a good sign for him. His team said,
the arena hold 14,000, less than 500, and nobody want to come. Nobody. I'm not going there. Don't take me there. Don't even drive by.
says the story's all cap though. They put out a statement and said DaBaby's New Orleans show was pulled by the artist team due to the promoter being in breach of contract. DaBaby will be back in New Orleans very soon to make it up to his fans. They say he's gonna make it back up to fans, but it doesn't look like DaBaby has many of them left.
Take it anymore, Mr. Nibbles. It's
Why
always
you do him
love my
like
armor.
that?
Hey, Death Knight, get yourself.
Roddy Ricch blew up back in 2018 when his track Die Young racked up over 80 million views on YouTube. Then in 2019, he took it to another level when he dropped his debut album, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and stayed there for 4 weeks. His track The Box stayed at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 11 weeks and now has over 1 billion streams on Spotify. Roddy became a superstar pretty much overnight, but now fans think the fame is going to be gone as quickly as it came. After his first album dropped, Roddy hopped on some other people's songs, but wasn't releasing any new solo music. Fans were waiting for his sophomore record, and in 2020, he told GQ that the album was done and that it was a full-blown masterpiece, a real idea, a real body of work. 2 years after his first album, Roddy finally dropped Live Life Fast in December 2021, but fans and critics weren't feeling it like his older projects. It debuted at
I don't know if I heard, man, I don't listen to Roddy Ricch. I just hit a leak with the box and I put a stick in it. What's the other song I know? It's another one I know. Hold on. Came from the bottom Down below. That one. That's the only Roddy Ricch I know. And that other one, there's another one that used to be on the radio too. I didn't even know it was him. It's like a love song or something like that. But anyway.
Number 4, but fell off fast, and people immediately started saying that Roddy peaked. Back in February, he started hyping up his new music. He posted a snippet from a track called Out My Mind, but people started clowning the track like crazy. A couple hours later, he ended up deleting the snippet and wrote, "Guess I'm a flop now, shit crazy," on his IG story. The situation was obviously getting to him, because after that, Roddy deactivated his Twitter and IG account. A lot of fans thought he totally fell off, but back in June, Post Malone announced that Roddy Ricch was going to be touring with him. Roddy was featured on the track Cooped Up off Post Malone's new album, and getting the tour with one of the hottest artists in the world should definitely help his career. He definitely fell off from where he was a couple of years ago, but if he drops another hit, Roddy could be right back at the top. Lil Mosey went viral off the track Pull Up back in 2018. He was dropping music for a couple years and built up a fan base, but Pull Up really put him on the map and racked up over 25 million views on YouTube.
Never even heard Pull Up. Never heard it in my life. I only seen him a few times from like the No Jumper channel and probably Say Cheese. But I don't really know none of his music at all. So he fell off before he even got on, I guess.
He followed it up with the track Booth Pack, which also got millions of plays. And then his third official single, Notice, popped off and did crazy numbers. The track got a Cole Bennett music video that almost has 300 million views on YouTube. Mosey dropped his debut album later that year. It did solid numbers and reached number 29 on the Billboard 200. But a lot of fans were surprised that it didn't sell more. All the singles popped off and did big numbers, but that success didn't carry over to album sales. In 2019, he had another Cole Bennett music video for the track Bust Down Cartier, but it only racked up around 15 million views. 15 mil is a lot, but his last collab with Bennett almost hit 300, so this was definitely a fall off. He dropped his second
Man, he doing this wrong or something, man. He tripping.
album in 2019, but it only sold 23K in the first week, and fans weren't really rocking with it. It looked like Mosey had fallen off for good, but in 2020, he went more viral than ever with the track Blueberry Faygo. Mosey hopped on the TikTok rap wave, and it paid off big time. Blueberry Faygo went crazy online, and the music video racked up even more views than the
I ain't even heard Blueberry Faygo. I'll have to check into him. It look like the video look hard. I ain't gonna lie. The video look good.
video for Notice.
I hope the song good to go with it.
The same day he dropped the track, Mosey reissued his second album and put Blueberry Faygo on it. Now, it's his most popular song with over 1 billion streams on Spotify. Even though he brought his career back, it looks like Mosey is falling off again. None of his new tracks are doing numbers. Plus, he's facing serious legal allegations too. Mosey's trial's been pushed back a couple of times, and now it's set to start on December 12, 2022. The charges definitely didn't help his career, but it looks like it was pretty much over anyways. Rich the Kid got into the rap game back in 2013 after hustling for a few years. He started popping off and ended up signing a new deal with Interscope in 2017. For a while, he was working with huge artists like Kendrick Lamar, Quavo, and Future, but his career lost a lot of steam, and last year, his Lucky EP only sold 5K his first week out. Rich tried to level up and become a label boss when he started Rich Forever Music, but the label never really popped off, and he's had a lot of drama with his own artists too. It's also what led to his infamous beef with Lil Uzi Vert. Back in December 2020,
I know y'all remember Lil Uzi Vert chasing that boy down the street. I know y'all remember that.
Out how he feels about the industry on his IG stories. He said, "The industry's full of lying, stealing, blood-sucking motherfuckers for real. They will hate you, talk shit about you, and the whole time be dead-ass broke." Around the same time, Fashion Nova hit him up with a lawsuit for $2.1 million over a $100,000 advance that Rich allegedly ran off with. He clapped back on IG and said, "I don't owe Fashion Nova no money. If Fashion Nova want $100,000 from me, they know I can pull up and drop it off." Rich also had to hand over a bag to his former managers. A judge ordered him to pay Blueprint Artist Management $1.1 million after they sued him for not paying. Then his landlord sued him for over $300K after Rich got $32,000 behind on rent payments.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
He already had money.
Damn, Rich. It was getting that bad on him. 30. How much behind? How much?
got $32,000 behind on rent payments.
$32,000
He already had money issues going on. And in January 2021, Jay Critch aired Rich Forever out on Instagram. He wrote, "I am not rich forever. That shit been a dub. Stop letting these cap about owning masters and shit. They trying to hold in bum ass deals. Be your brother until the business come up. Then it's all lawyer talk, contract talk, not real shit. If y'all want new music, tell them free Critch. Whole ass." Rich clapped back and accused Critch of snaking him just to get a bag, and the situation started getting heated. They sent shots back and forth on social media for a while, but eventually they squashed the beef. Last year, Rich went on the New Music Daily podcast and said, "I feel like when it comes to business, you really need to just keep it in-house. But sometimes when your emotions get mixed up into the business, that's when shit goes bad. That's what I'm really learning as I grow up. We've been friends forever, so definitely. We spoke on the phone. I talked to him yesterday." Luckily, Rich and Jay Critch put it all behind them and are cool again. And hopefully Rich can get his legal situation sorted out too. He fell off for sure, but he could bounce right back if he drops a hit or signs an artist that pops off and puts on.
And he really can do that. He really can bounce right back. He really. I done seen him do it before. He'll do it again.
For the label.
This is how you order all this delivery food for cheap. Okay, so first,
Famous Dex blew up back in the mid-2010s. He dropped a
Dexter.
couple of independent mixtapes, then signed to Rich the Kid's label. In 2017, he popped off with the tracks Japan and Pick It Up with A$AP Rocky, but his addiction and time in jail ended up killing his career, and his latest track hasn't even hit 50,000 streams. Back in 2018, Dex fell asleep in the middle of an IG Live session. Fans were worried that he was nodding off of pills, but Dex did not using any hard drugs. Then in 2019, he suffered a seizure in the middle of a set in Hollywood. Rumors said it was caused by drugs, but Dex and his team said it was epilepsy and not from substance abuse. Dex was still dropping music, but nothing gained any traction. Fans could tell he was on drugs, even though he kept denying it.
Damn, look how bad he looked. That's crazy. He let the fame get him. Man. Some people can't handle some people can't handle that stuff, handle them drugs and all that money and having all that money and having all that access to the drugs. Some people just.
After a lot of people reached out, Dex hopped on IG Live and told everyone to stay out of his business. He said, "Stop worrying about the next motherfucker that's doing drugs. The world on drugs. You know what I'm saying? I got money. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Goofy ass he worried about me for. And 2, I don't do none of that shit. I smoke weed and take care of my kids." But less than a day later, after he told everyone he was good, the news broke that Dex had gone into rehab. He got out in January 2021, but when he hopped back on social media, it was clear that he was using again. Fans were worried that he might die from an overdose, but he ended up getting booked in jail a couple months later. In March 2021, Dex got hit with 19 charges from 3 different situations. According to police, in November 2020, Dex got into a standoff with a SWAT team. FBI, open up! For the SWAT team after allegedly hurting his ex-girlfriend. In October 2020, he allegedly attacked another woman, and in March 2021, he was arrested during a traffic stop for carrying a loaded gun. Even though Dex had some wild charges against him, he only got hit with a 1-year sentence. He was released in September, but then went straight into rehab. He said he plans on staying there until at least November, and hopefully this time, he can kick the addiction for good.
I think he out now. Like I seen him probably a few days ago on Instagram. I think he out the rehab now. Like today, right now.
Lil Xan was a big part of the SoundCloud mumble rap wave, but he went from touring with massive artists like Nicki Minaj to dropping out of his own tour and starting beef with a random metal band who was a supporting act. Xan had huge hits like Slingshot and Betrayed that racked up millions of plays, but the popularity didn't last. In 2019, he announced he was retiring and said, "I quit rapping and I'm only going to focus on moving forward with the Xanarchy clothing line and brand." But after a few years of battling addiction, Xan decided to make a comeback. He announced a new tour, but then dropped out of the first show. A band called Dropout Kings was supposed to open for him, and they aired Xan out on IG after he dropped the set. They wrote, "Straight up, f*** Lil Xan, 100%, I don't even care. Dude is a total piece of shit for doing this to all the artists and staff involved in this." Xan clapped back and said all the issues were because of Dropout Kings and their team, but nobody really knows what's going on. Later that same month, he dropped his first project in 3 years, but only 2 songs hit over 100K streams. Lil Xan was one of the most popular SoundCloud rappers for a while, but he fumbled the bag and let his career fall completely off. Luckily, he's at least sober now, even though his music isn't popping off like
that not a weird looking dude to y'all?
he used to. That's still a huge win.
You're a music creator and want to start making money.
Well, that's the end of the video. I don't know. I guess all them did kind of fall off. I guess. I don't really like. I don't know. I can't tell you because I really didn't listen to none of them that was on that list. So, but yeah, y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff y'all supposed to do, and we out until next time.
Wherever the wind blow, I had to hold that shit in, so I let it out and I